It's a glitch. I want to dim the lights a little bit. It shows up right there. How come it didn't work? Mine didn't load. Okay. On check working with the group. Hit accept. All right. There's going to be some differences in here. Let's go to run. Let's go load snapshot. And what is it? 23.
23, yeah.
Okay, it's 23. So go on 23. Load snapshot. And now we're running. So the first thing we're going to want to do is go auxiliary systems, control air. Just do this by rote memory every single time. Get control air off of your. I have a handout I gave you on how to light off.
Is this does the system automatically set a different number of valves open and closed on each time?
Yeah, but I bypass it. I just open them all. Because on a real ship, they're normally left open.
Well, I just noticed something, like how attentive do we have to be? I guess it's pretty good.
Just open them all. That's how attentive you got to be. So I got now all of my controls will work because everything's pneumatic, right? So I'm going to get off there. So what else do I need? Electrical. Let's go to electrical. Let's go to the emergency switchboard. And what do we need there?
Burner management.
Not quite yet. On the emergency switchboard, we need the fuel oil service pump number 1. That's it. And then we'll go to main switchboard, start at the top again, and I like to have fuel oil service pump number 2. Come down, next level, we're good. I don't mind winding heaters, I like those. Port, burner management, we want our scanners to work. And then we'll come to the bottom level, ADT pumps 1 and 2, we're going to need those. Then I'm going to go to switchboard number 2, start at the top again, go across the top. And contaminated feed pump, second row on the far right, we need that.
You put fuel oil service pump number 2 on also?
Yeah, I do, just like having 2 ADT pumps. You don't use them both, but they're... Okay, so now I'm going to get off electrical. Now I'm going to go steam systems, I'm going to go feed water. And I want to see what I got in the boiler. I got minus 2.3 inches. And my stop check valve is slightly open. I'm going to open it a little more. Auxiliary stop check. And I'm going to start my pump, my emergency feed pump. And I'm going to get it up to 4 inches positive. Now notice when we put cold water in the boiler, what's happening to the boiler pressure? It's going down.
Where do you see that?
In the drum.
It's under the rim.
Okay.
So get it to 4 inches and then shut it down. And it'll cruise up a little further, but it won't get to 5. It'll buy you the maximum number of time before you have to go back and deal with it again. And then shut the valves when you're done because it's a check valve and we really can't depend on it. At 4 inches, shut off the pump. You'll see it cruise up a little further.
Mine went up to 5.4.
Ding.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, 5.4 is 5.4. No. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got 4.6. I'm hanging in there, and I've got it close. So I'm going
Did
to
you
keep.
close it all the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm going to get off this screen. I'm just going to keep it handy though. Just move it out of the way. So now what do I need? I need makeup feed. So I go to condensate. Get your makeup feed in automatic. Line up your makeup feed valves. Start your ADT pump and put it in auto. Now auto has got your makeup feed. Because we're going to take water out of the DC heater, aren't we? We're going to put it in the drum occasionally. We're going to need water. Everybody got that? So now we have a contaminated feed pump over here. And so we'll line it up. This is all the drains from anything that could have oil in it. So oil heating for HFO or lube oil. Purifiers, things like that. So line up the valves, start the pump. It's a small pump, we can centrifugal. We can start it with the valves open. It's not going to be a huge load like it would be on a major pump. And now it's going to be the port settler. It was starboard over there in the full
No,
mission.
it was port over there.
Okay, it's starboard over here. It's backwards. So open up the starboard settling steam valves. Open up the fuel oil heater. And then work your way backwards and you can line up all of the valves to the contaminated evaporator. You got water in the evaporator, that's because we had the feed pump going, that's a good thing. And then we have 875 to a reducing station to 225. And the 225 is going underneath the water level and returns back to the ADT. So now I'm going to open up my steam to heat it, which is desuperheated steam, and I'll see my pressure coming up. Okay, I'm going to get off this screen.
Where's the pressure?
The pressure's right here. Right here.
Okay, I see it there. Okay.
Yeah. So now I'm going to get off this screen, I'm going to get off this screen, and now I'm going to go to fuel, I'm going to see my fuel system. So I'm going to fuel oil to burners. I start there, I look at what I've got, looks okay. I'm going to open up my recirc valve. I'm going to come over here, I'll open up my master oil trip valve. That's a master oil trip valve. This is the recirc valve. And now I've got 7% on fuel oil control. I wanted 100% for recircing, don't I? So steam systems, controllers, fuel oil port. And just keep it handy. And while you're at it, you might well go steam systems, controllers, fuel oil port. Airport, excuse me, airport. And keep it handy. You probably need them both shortly. So now we're in manual on the fuel oil control valve for black oil. Open it 100%. And this is before we started our pump yet, right? And also we're going to have to bypass the meter, the flow meter.
Why do we open it 100% on there?
Because we have to heat up the oil. We want full flow. It's cold oil. You don't want to force it through a small closed off valve.
Okay.
Remember, this is black oil. You guys have been spoiled. You've been on the bear. You're burning champagne.
So this is controlling a valve that's positioned near the fuel heater?
This one, no, this valve right here.
Okay.
That's the valve. It's a fuel oil control valve you're controlling. So now I'm going to bypass my meter, excuse me. I'm going to go fuel oil service hyperlink. And here we are. This is the starboard settling tank. We got heating on it. We want 110 degrees. It's got a regulator. And it's at 110. I'm going to open up my recirc. Make sure you're recircing to the correct tank, otherwise you're going to be transferring fuel. And then on the suction side, we have high and low suction. Which are we going to use? Low suction. Come over here to the valve over here. Go through the cold oil strainer. Line up your fuel oil pump. Line up your onloader, because you could have one valve, one burner, or you could have 4 burners lit off. And there's no speed control on the pump, so this is how we get capacity control within range. Now come over here, open up the inlet to the heater and the outlet to the heater. Then it goes to the hot oil strainer, and now it's going to the burners. And make sure that you have a flow before you put steam to the heaters. You don't want charcoal in there, it's hard to clean. So I'm going to start my pump, and the first thing I'm going to look at is the pounds of recirc coming back. And if you don't see that changing, you've got a problem. Your lineup is wrong. See the pounds right here? You need that.
If it's not, is there any other screen that we would go to?
Yeah, and check out, go through the whole system and check it out where the problem is.
not open.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even following that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just watching.
So now I can open up my steam, and I got steam to the heater, and I'm going to get off this screen. And you can see I've already got 199 degrees. We started you out so you don't have to waste time building up temperature, okay? Otherwise you'd sit here and waste all our time, and we don't want that. So I'm green, I'm between 185 and 210 degrees. So I get my fuel oil controller back down to 10% so we can light it off without a huge whoosh. We'll let it recirc because we've got to get a virtual burner in and get steam on it. There really isn't a race. The big thing we're gonna have to watch occasionally is the water level in the drum, which we're about to do. So get that down to 10%. Now I'm gonna check my water level. I got almost 0. So I'm gonna open up my stop check valve again. I'm gonna add water. I'm gonna watch the pressure drop when the cold water at 102 degrees goes into a boiler. When I get to 4 inches, I'm gonna stop adding water. I need to buy time. I don't want to sit there and check this every 10 seconds, so this way you don't have to worry about it for a while. And get to 4 inches, shut it off. It'll come up a little bit further, but it won't get to 5. So I'm at 4, I'm gonna shut off the pump, shut off the stop check valve. You need to know which is a stop check and which is a stop valve, by the way. All right, 4.5, we're good. I'm not even gonna worry about this, we're fine. So now I need a virtual burner in there. I'm gonna go student, actions, combustion, and 320, what is it? 9, yes, 329, fit heavy oil tip and number 2 burner, hit enter, hit OK, and boom, it's there. What's the first thing you gotta do once you get a tip in there? Steam atomization. And it warms it up, but it also keeps it cool due to the radiant heat from the adjacent burner. If you have a burner in here, it has to have something going through it. All right? And air registers are either wide open or shut. There's no in between. So, fuel's happy. I'm going to shut my recirc
Where do we get the steam atomization valve?
right there. Right there. So now I'm going to shut my recirc. I'm going to get a high pressure alarm, but I can live with that. And now my root valve, I got to click on my root valve. You need to know which valve is which, by the way. I'm going to put my igniter in.
Don't we need to do the flow meter or no?
Yeah, you can do that now if you want. Let's line up the flow meter. Shortly after we light off, we should do it. But I'm going to close the bypass. That doesn't hurt to do it now because we're almost there. And now we're going through the flow meter. And now the igniter is in. Don't forget to get it out. We light off the burner oil trip valve. Give it air. Open up the air register, which takes a little. Get the air register up, open. It is open. And now I can get my igniter back out. I can shut off my diesel oil fire. I can shut the air register on the diesel oil fire. And it's closed. And now I'm going to go steam systems, burner management port. And I've got plenty of smoke and no oxygen. So what kind of smoke do I have? Black smoke. So I'm going to give it more air. And now it's coming down. I'm going to wait till it comes down.
You want to remove that burner tip?
Yeah, that's the next thing I'll do. I haven't forgotten it. Yeah, I'm pretty close. I got 5% oxygen and smoke's minimal. And now the thing is you have to watch the firing rate. We have 3.5 hours minimum on a bad day. Longer is better. 4 hours is fine. And now it's going to be steam systems. It's going to be student actions, combustion, and it's remove port boiler 322. Remove number 1. Hit enter. Okay. And now we got the burner out. We can shut off the diesel oil pump. And now we've got no smoke. Very little, and we're happy. Now all you have to do occasionally is go back and see what your water level is. Don't forget you're still got that going on in the plant. That makes sense?
Fuel oil service pressure high.
Yeah, because you shut the recirc, but click on it. Click the toolbar down there where it's flashing.
Okay.
Click on it, yeah. And now once you get a fire going, that'll disappear.
Okay.
But if you have the recirc open, you're not controlling the amount of fuel going in with the meter, are you? the meter will have a false high number, because you're recirculating at the same time as you're burning.
I'm not burning
It's
this.
329.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about. You don't want the recirc open while you're firing, because we want to measure what we burn.
That was it?
That's it.